Thank you. I'd like a little clarification on dreams. And I've heard you mention that when you go to sleep, momentum subsides. But what I've been noticing in the last, many years, but mostly in the last couple of weeks, is that I'll have negative feeling dreams. So when I wake up, I don't feel like momentum has subsided. I feel like I'm just starting my day negative.
Well, it's helpful to acknowledge, we know that it feels like the dream happened all night long, but it really didn't. It just downloaded as you were coming back into consciousness. And so while we tell you that your momentum did subside and that it is at its least active when you first awaken, still what you have been practicing vibrationally and what you are likely to practice vibrationally is a similar, if not even a same thing. You're not going to overnight stop worrying about the things that you've been worrying about. So when we say what you're thinking about and how you feel about it and what manifests always match, the same is true of dream state. What you've been thinking about and how you've been feeling about it and what manifests in your dream state always match. So when you awaken in the morning, the first thing we would ask ourselves, especially if we awaken with an uncomfortable feeling, we would remind ourselves that this was a download that was just downloaded, and that this dream contains information that maybe you've been blocking in your conscious state. Now, here's what we mean by this. So let's go back to this train analogy. So I have this desire and I have this belief which contradicts it, and I have this desire and I have this belief that contradicts it. So I'm sort of at a stalemate here energetically. But when I sleep, my desire can flow more freely. In other words, that's why we call the sleep state really the refreshing state, because it gives your desire an opportunity to not be hindered by you. Now, when you awaken, the likelihood that you're going to pick up your vibration where you last left it is very strong, because every vibration is where you last left it. But now as you apply this new knowledge to the dream state, most important, I didn't dream this all night long, it just downloaded, and the reason that I've received it is because things are always working out for me. I'm able to more consciously be aware of some resistance now than maybe I was allowing myself to be. So if you awaken from a dream and it feels really good to you, then don't change anything and keep having the same thoughts that you've been having on that subject. But if you awaken from a dream and you feel negative emotion about it, then say to yourself, I've clearly got some resistance here and my inner being feels differently about that. And then you can maybe do a little processing. But can you feel the difference between awakening from a dream that has a little negative emotion going and actually processing it, not just remembering it and saying, oh, I had a terrible dream, and repeating the dream to somebody else, but actually saying, what is the negative emotion that I usually don't let myself feel, or maybe I do let myself feel, but what is this negative emotion that I'm so keenly aware of in my dream state? What does that now tell me? This is the piece we really want you to hear. Things are always working out for you, and sometimes a realization of something that's going on in your experience is helpful in the decision-making process. Nobody's beating up on you. Your inner being isn't giving you information in a reprimanding way or a punishing way. It's that you're having an experience that's always bringing you greater clarity. And this is the piece that we really want you to hear. So if you accept that your inner being is always calling you forward to what you want, here's your inner being calling you forward to what you want, and here you are on the emotional scale somewhere along there. Well, if you are in tune with your inner being, in other words, you've been tuned in, tapped in, you're feeling good, you're basking, you're taking care of yourself, you're meditating, you're getting outside a lot, you feel good, and so you're really feeling good. As your inner being calls you, you'll hear it, and you're having pleasant dreams and you're having pleasant experiences, and the translation of the thoughts to things feels good to you. But if you've been pensive about something, worried about something, overwhelmed with something, your inner being's still going to call you. But as your inner being calls you from this place, you're going to interpret the call in a different way. And sometimes that interpretation is coming through that dream, and it's a good thing. I had a terrible dream, which means things are working out for me. I had a bad dream, which makes me realize that I've got some vibrations going on that are keeping me from going where I want to go. Does that make sense to you?
That's what I get nervous about, is that, okay, I've manifested it in the dream, so now it might be quickly behind manifesting in real life.
But look at this. Don't you have real life experiences that are less than what you really want? And isn't it always a clarifying experience? You don't ever have to stop and take score and say, oh, well, here I am, and at this stage in my evolution with all that I've learned, I'm still having a bad dream. Instead, you want to say, oh, good. At this stage of my evolution, I have become aware of a piece of resistance that I didn't even know was there. Sometimes Esther will stop right in the middle of an experience or a thought, and she'll say, well, that was unhelpful and unnecessary. Catching herself right there in the moment of it, feeling it, and then saying unnecessary and unhelpful, and then not brooding over it, just changing the subject of it. And after a while, those dreams dissipate, those negative dreams dissipate, and dreams that feel better become a bigger part of your experience.
So it's good because I'm actually noticing it now. I'm realizing what's going on.
Yes. The thing that we most want to impart to all of you in this process of helping you to understand the powerful importance of your creative genius is that what hinders you from powerful creating and what prevents you from the joyful conscious unfolding that you were really meaning to live is that you're not utilizing your guidance system effectively. And the primary reason that you don't utilize your guidance system effectively is that you've come to accept negative emotion as just normal. So it's not the big life-changing events that make the difference because of your energy flow response to them. It's the day-to-day things that you're doing that make up the bulk of your vibration. It's the way you feel when you first get up, and the way you feel when you're doing stuff you don't want to do, and the way you feel when you feel like you don't have control of things. And it's just those day-to-day experiences and conversations that make up the majority of your vibrational output. And your dreams are usually about those kinds of things. So let's start again. The thing that keeps more people from experiencing the exhilarating life that you were born to live is that you're not utilizing your guidance system. And the reason you're not utilizing your guidance system is because you've come to accept and acquire a willingness to endure negative emotion when that was not your plan at all. And so that's why you put up with it, and you put up with it, and you put up with it, and you clunk another desire engine and then another doubt engine until the stakes get higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And then you think, now it's decision time. But your dream will bring you to decision earlier. Isn't it a lot easier to recover from a dream bankruptcy than a real bankruptcy? Isn't it easier to recover from a dream, whatever it is, than rebuild the house that you burnt down with the candle in the living room? Let's wrap this up. We want to bring this back around to the poignancy that this subject really deserves. Guidance matters. Therefore, emotions matter. Therefore, being aware of how you really feel matters. In humandom, you often use an expression of stuffing my feelings. I stuff my feelings because I don't want to acknowledge them. Because first of all, if I show my mother how I really feel, she'll ground me. Or if I behave in the classroom the way I really want to behave, then I'll be in trouble. And so most people try to pretend that they don't feel the way they feel. And then they just have a bullying episode where they are the bully. It sort of squirts out in some other way. Where if you are aware of the negative emotion when you're having it, and you're aware that it's all right that you're having it, but that it means that you are looking at something in a way that's crossways of who you really are, and so then you make this softer attention to soothe yourself, then before you know it, you don't have any pent up resistance that you're unaware that you have. But isn't it nice that a dream sometimes will show you that you've got pent up resistance that you're unaware that you have? Didn't even know you felt that way till you have that dream, and then, oh boy, you feel that way. Well, don't beat up on yourself about it. Say, glory be, I've had this dream and now I understand. And this was a manifestation that was really helpful to me because now I choose this instead. Yeah, really good.
Good, great.
Something more?
No, that's great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.